For victims of domestic violence, going to court and facing your accuser can be intimidating. An ABC Action News investigation is raising questions tonight about how victims are being treated in one Hillsborough County courtroom. Chief Investigator Alan Cohn has the story tonight.
When we visited the Tampa courtroom of Judge Nick Nazareth one recent morning, he was nothing but calm, collected, and respectful to everyone.
Ma'am.
But it's comments like these.
It's not fair to me. I didn't do anything wrong. I got to pay for y'all's fun. How's that right? It's not.
Comments made at a hearing last March in a domestic violence case that has some others on the bench raising their eyebrows.
The focus of the hearing was about everything but those safety issues, and that's a concern.
Nazareth is a county judge whose Tampa courtroom is packed daily with misdemeanor domestic violence cases. The victim was 19 years old. The issue was whether to drop a no-contact order prohibiting her teenage boyfriend, who allegedly beat her for a third time, from seeing her.
I gotta bust this whole thing up. It's ridiculous. I work and have to pay taxes for that.
Exactly.
I'm supporting this whole thing myself, financially backing this enterprise.
Instead, the judge spent about half the hearing on the fact the teenage couple has a child and is on public assistance.
The fact that you pay taxes, what does that have to do about whether or not this young woman was battered?
Well, I say a lot of things in court. I wish I could sit here and tell you why I say things in court.
Judge Nazareth was more than willing to discuss the matter with us. He doesn't believe he said anything out of line.
It does seem, with respect, that you were more concerned about that you were paying the bill.
I was concerned that the money was not going where it was supposed to be going.
This isn't the only issue raising questions.
What do you know what is going on with this case? She's 19. She looks like she's about 12.
Judge Nazareth appeared concerned about whether the victim could prove her age.
I'm going to need some ID on her.
And why the teenager, who has obvious disabilities, couldn't clearly pronounce the name of her high school.
You don't even know the name of the high school you went to?
I know the name, I'm not going to say it right.
You don't even know what street it's on, man.
Linda Osmondson of the St. Petersburg-based domestic violence organization CASA is concerned how an alleged victim of domestic violence is being treated in a courtroom by a judge.
The judge makes it sound like somehow there's something wrong with her and doesn't allow her to even tell the truth when in fact, and treating her like she's the perpetrator.
The result of the hearing, Judge Nazareth lifted the no-contact order.
Are we going to have contacts, okay?
Judge, do object for the record.
Over the objections of the prosecutor. And that disturbs Judge Jerry Bowles, a family court judge in Louisville, Kentucky, who travels the nation training judges on how to handle domestic violence cases. We asked him to listen to the court audio.
The prosecutor reported a no-contact violation that had occurred since the arrest. That never became the subject matter of this litigation. She wanted to see him, and I made that decision.
This wasn't the only case where we discovered Judge Nazareth personalizing the issue at hand. In another domestic violence case, he asks a woman accused of threatening her husband with a knife.
Where do you get the money for the alcohol? Your disability check that I pay for?
Judge Nazareth wouldn't discuss that case because it's still open. But he does say...
So I always will look back on what I do in court and examine that. And I try to be a better judge every day. I'm still a human being.
Judge Nazareth eventually found the young woman's boyfriend not guilty after she testified she couldn't remember what happened. His critics say after what happened at the earlier hearings, they're not surprised. Alan Cohn, ABC Action News.
If you know of a situation or a problem that needs to be investigated, you can contact Alan. His email, investigations@abcactionnews.com.